Let's start sitting down. Any comfortable seated position. And then just go ahead and rock side to side from sit bone to sit bone, and then kind of settle in on the ground. Maybe your hands are on your knees, maybe your palms are up. The only thing I want you to notice is if your fists are clenched, just try to release and relax through your hands. Stack your ears on top of your shoulders and then your shoulders right on top of your wrists. Open your mouth nice and wide and then just wiggle your jaw back and forth. Do that again. Open nice and wide and then wiggle your jaw back and forth, back and forth. One more. Good. Seal your lips, unclench your teeth, and then remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. We're going to start with a box breath. So inhale for 4 counts, and then hold your breath at the top of your inhale for 4 counts, and then exhale, let it all go. 4 counts, hold the bottom of your exhale. And then we'll do that again. So inhale for 4 counts, hold the top of that inhale, and then exhale, hold at the bottom. We'll do that 2 more times through. This is called box breathing. This is something that is calming to the nervous system. This is something that if you feel stressed or anxious, this will help reduce anxiety. 1 more time. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Place 1 hand on your heart, 1 hand on your belly, and just breathe normally. And for now, nothing to change, but just be aware, is your chest rising, the hand that's on your chest rising, or is the hand on your belly expanding? Shoulders out of your ears. So as you inhale, think about a soft belly, and as you inhale, fill your belly, press it into your palm. And as you exhale, that belly palm sinks in. Inhale, belly comes out. Exhale. 1 more. Beautiful. Place your hands on your knees. Grab a hold of those knees. Inhale, roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Press your chest, your chin, and your gaze up to the ceiling. You stay there. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. As you exhale, draw your elbows out. Find a C-shaped curve in your spine. Round your back. Bring your chin to your chest. Bring your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, roll those shoulders. Lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your gaze. Exhale, draw those elbows out. Do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Hold that exhale. Good. You can rock side to side. Really lean in. Hold on to those knees. Bring your chin to your chest a little bit more. Be nice to your neck. And then come all the way back up. Stack ears and shoulders and hips. We're going to draw some circles. So bring your chest over your left knee and then circle around over to your right knee and then lean back. Draw a big circle all around those hips. 3 circles on either side. Shoulders out of your ears. Shoulder blades slide into your back pockets. Once you've done 3, change directions all the way up and around. One more. Inhale your arms up overhead, gaze towards your thumbs. As you exhale, lower your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over, leaning into the right, bicep to ear, and now open up your left armpit to the ceiling. Inhale, press up, both arms come up. Exhale, change sides, left hand down, right bicep to ear. Maybe you roll that chest open, armpit open. Good, let's find a little bit of fluidity. Inhale up, exhale, lower to the right. Inhale up and lower to the left. Good, noticing that your arms might not bend a ton, but if you're into it, maybe you lower all the way down to your forearm. Whatever forearm is down, that opposite sit bone stays on the mat. So try not to get it to lift, press down in. One more, either side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend through your elbows. Open up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slide your shoulder blades down. Place your hands behind your hips. Stack your feet onto the mat and then draw and heel toe, draw your knees out wide. Flex your feet so your heels are grounded, your toes are up. Press your palms into the mat. Lift your chest out of your shoulders and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. Pressing those knees into the floor. The next time your knees hit the right side of your mat, hold them there. Take your left arm and fold over your right knee. Inhale that arm back up. Let's change sides. Knees fall to the left. Right arm reaches over. Changing this up a little bit. Drop those knees over to the right. Take your left hand, thread it underneath your right arm. Almost as if you're lowering onto that shoulder and ear. Inhale all the way up over, change sides. Knees drop to the left, right arm threads underneath your left. One more time, either side. And final left side. Good. Place your hands behind your hips, flex your feet, heels grounded, and just windshield wiper left to right. And then maybe you take one hand to heart center. Maybe you stay upright, both hands to heart center, rolling through those hips. You might feel a little grind. The next time your knees fall to the left, keep them there. Press into your knees, lift off of your hips. Lower back down, change sides. Press into those knees, rise off those hips. One more on either side. As you lift off your knees, squeeze your bum, drive your hips forward. Squeeze and drive, lower down. Sweep your legs around into a tabletop position. Point your toes, so if you had sneakers on, shoelaces would be on the mat. Shoulders are right on top of your wrists, and just rock side to side into those wrists. Good, settle your sway and start to flick your wrists, so almost like a horse trotting. Flip your palm, fingertips go towards your knees, and flip your palm up. Fingertips are facing forward, and then start to walk your fingertips to face out, so you're flicking in towards your hands, in towards your forearms. Go ahead and walk your fingertips back towards your knees and then flick forward. And start to unwind your circle. Fingertips face out and then fingertips face forward. Sway your hips side to side. So hips go side to side, past those knees. Good, settle into that tabletop. Inhale, lift your left leg behind you. Flex your left foot and then cross your left leg over off the right edge of your mat. Sit back, look over your right shoulder, press into your right heel. Good, push your palms in, lift your chest and find a little more rotation. Coming back into that three-legged tabletop, gaze forward, lift your left leg high, bring your left leg out to the side. Sit back on your heels. Maybe you lower your chest. Coming back into your three-legged tabletop. Inhale your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower your right shoulder and right ear onto the floor. Do that again. Inhale all the way up. Rotate towards the right side. And then exhale, thread underneath that left arm. One more time. Hold that shoulder and ear down onto the floor. Come into a tabletop. Keep that left leg extended. Sit back on towards your right heel. Inchworm your fingertips to the top edge of your mat. Lower your forehead down. Keep your hands where they are. Shift into a tabletop. Bend your elbows, lower to a push-up. Push off of the mat. Come up onto that right knee. Lower your hands, sink your hips back towards your heel, drop your chest between your hands, and then press all the way up. Let's do that again. So it's almost like an extended child's pose into a push-up. This time, bring your arms up with you overhead. 2 more. Extended child's pose, push up, press. Last one. Good, lower your hands down. Bring your left knee underneath your left hip. Just rock side to side. Three-legged tabletop. Extend your right leg out. Flex your right foot. And now cross your right leg over beyond the left edge of your mat. Gaze over your left shoulder. Sink into that left heel. Your right heel. Get your shoulders out of your ears. Lift your chest. Gaze is forward. Lift that leg all the way behind you. Bring that, I keep saying left, bring your right leg out to the side. And then just sit back on your heels. Maybe you lower your chest. Come into that tabletop. Back into that gate pose. Inhale your left arm to the ceiling. And then exhale, let's thread it underneath, lowering to your shoulder and your ear. Do that again, all the way up. Big rotation to your back wall, all the way down. One more time. Hold on that shoulder, on that ear. Pull your belly button to your spine. Return onto your hands. Let's sit back towards your heel. Walk your fingertips forward. Good, we're gonna play around with that push-up position. Shift through to that tabletop, lower your chest, and then press off your hands up onto your knee. Do that again. Press back, sink and dip that chest. Good. You can lift your hands. When you come up off of your knee, lift your arms up. It's a little bit more challenging. You'll feel that in your core. Bring your belly button to your spine. You got one more. Lower down into your tabletop. Bring that right knee right underneath you. Rock hips side to side. Curl your toes underneath your heels. Press off of your knees. Begin to straighten your legs. Sink into your heels. Downward facing dog. That's an upside down V. And just pedal through your heels. As you do that, press your palms, press the pads of your fingertips into the mat. Settle your heels. Both heels reach towards the mat. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears. And then as you exhale, rib cage towards your thighs, tail to the ceiling. Inhale, rise off of your heels. Gaze towards your thumbs, tippy toe your way up to a forward fold. Keep your knees soft. Let your head fall heavy. No wrinkles in the back of that neck. Maybe cradle those elbows and let the weight of that upper body pull your chest further and further towards your mat. Drop that head. Release those elbows. Inhale, lift halfway up, lengthen your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Heel toe your way out just a little bit so that your feet are slightly wider than your hips. Inhale that right arm up. Left hand grabs right wrist. Exhale, lean to the left as your hips lean to the right. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, change sides. Inhale all the way up. Slight change here. Lean to the left. We're gonna take this all around the world. So lower down, swing through over to the right. Pick yourself back up. Let's do that one more time on that side. Lean to the left, lower your chest, bring yourself all the way up. Change wrists. Lean to the right, hips to the left. Big circle all the way down. One more. Inhale, lift your arms up. Bend at your elbows, squeeze your elbows behind your back. Open up your chest. Forward fold, soften your knees. Round down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, lower your hands, soften your knees, step back into a plank push-up position. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. As you exhale, step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Option to drop your back knee. Option to keep that back leg lifted. Inhale your left arm to the ceiling. So you're twisting, you're rotating towards that front knee. As you exhale, place your fingertips behind your ears. See if you can get that left elbow towards the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Final one, inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Place that left hand onto the floor on the inside of your left foot. Inhale your arms up. Crescent. As you exhale, drop into your right heel, turn towards the front of the room, warrior two. Sink into your front knee. If you had a line from the back, from your front heel to your back arch, it would be a straight line. So go ahead and check your alignment. Flip your front palm, hinge forward over that hip, and then let's find a reverse warrior. Tilt it back. That right hand slides down your leg. Come back into that warrior two, arms out to a T. Clasp your hands behind your back. Drive your knuckles down. Lift your chin and your chest. Ground through your toes. And you're gonna bow on the inside of that left leg. Humble warrior. Knuckles are pressing to the ceiling. Chest is reaching down. Inhale, warrior two. That's that T pose. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, step back into a plank, high to low push-up. At the bottom of your push-up, press your heels forward, press your chest through your shoulders, point your toes, lift your hips. Good. You can also be down on your knees and your thighs, or you can press off of them. Downward facing dog. So maybe you curl your toes and then you lift your hips, or maybe you press all the way back up. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your foot on the outside of that right hand. Option to drop into your knee behind you. Inhale that right arm up to the ceiling. You're turning towards that inner thigh. Exhale, elbow to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Elbow towards the floor. Good. Plant your hand on the inside of that front foot. You've got a wide stance, crescent lunge. Press yourself all the way up. Drop into your back heel, warrior two. Draw that imaginary line from your heel to your back arch. Flip your front palm. Reach forward, almost like you have a ball. Reach up and over that front thigh, and then take it back. Reverse your warrior. Find that warrior two. That's that T shape. Clasping your hands behind your back, Drawing those knuckles down, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Good, and then you're gonna bow on the inside of that front thigh. Sometimes that can feel intense. You can walk your back foot in a little bit. Let that head fall. No wrinkles in the back of that neck. Drive those knuckles high. Arms are heavy, pulling beyond your head. Cartwheel your arms open to that warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, step back into your plank, high to low push-up, press those heels chest through, up dog or cobra, exhale downward, facing dog, pedal through your heels. Settle both heels into the floor, inhale, rise off of your heels, tippy-toe your way to the top of the mat. Head is heavy, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, heel toe your way out slightly. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Back to the beginning, catch your right wrist. Lean to the left, hips to the right. Draw a big circle. And then you change sides. All the way at the top. Inhale, bend your elbows, lift your chest. Then as you exhale, soften your knees, round your back. Lift halfway up. Plant your hands, soften your knees, hop or step back to a plank push-up position. Hips up, hips back, down dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Step it on the outside of your left hand. Inhale, rise and rotate. Exhale, elbow to the floor. 2 more. Last one. Come back onto that left hand. Good. Press that right heel down and back. Sink that right hip. Lift your chest. Lift your arms. Here we go. Crescent warrior. Revolve on that back heel. Warrior two. Shoulders down. Inhale. Reach forward. Flip your palm. Take it back. Through to your warrior two, clasp your hands, find that humble warrior, bow on the inside of that front leg. Bend into your front knee. Good, cartwheel your arms open, back into that T, warrior two, cartwheel your hands down, high to low push-up, chaturanga, press your chest, drive your heels forward, up dog or cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Bend your knee, step that foot on the outside of your hand. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Exhale, elbow down to the floor. You can drop into that back knee at any time. Final connection, elbow down. Place your hand on the floor. Maybe you pick that back knee up, square your hips, drive into that left heel, sink your left hip down towards the mat. Bring that right knee close to your right shoulder. Crescent lunge. Reach all the way up. Keep your front knee bent, keep your hips low. Revolve on your back heel. Warrior two. Good, as if you have a big beach ball on that front thigh. Reach up and over, flip your palm. Reverse. Good, you should feel length through that front side body. Bring your arms out to a T. Clasp your hands, drive those knuckles down, lift your chest, and then you fall on the inside of that front leg. Walking your back foot in if you need to. Chest is heavy, knuckles are light and lifted. No wrinkles in the back of your neck. Cartwheel open. Warrior two, and then cartwheel down. Hands frame that front foot. Step back into a plank and hold your plank. So your shoulders are on top of your wrists and your bum is below your shoulders. Option dropping to your knees is perfect. Noticing that it's different than a tabletop. Your hands are in front, your hips are driving forward, and your shoulders are on top of your wrists. Exhale together, we will lower down and hover at the bottom of a push-up on your knees or on your toes. Hold and hover for 4, 2, lower all the way onto your belly. Stack your palms on top of one another. Lower your forehead down on top of those knuckles and just windshield wiper your heels side to side. Relax your glutes. Just kind of loosen up through that low back. Steady your windshield wipers, heels up to the ceiling. And then let's move into a Sphinx pose. So point your toes and then bring your forearms parallel to one another. In this Sphinx pose, your shoulders do not have to be on top of your elbows. As a matter of fact, walk them out in front just a little bit. Press your forearms and palms into the mat. Lift your ribs and your chest up. You're gonna drag the inside of that right leg up and out. So now your knee is on the outside of your hip. Take your right hand and thread it underneath your left arm, finding a rotation. Maybe you're on that shoulder, maybe you're on that ear. Press your left forearm into the mat and your right knuckles into the floor and try to rotate your chest to the back wall. Good. Unwind your arms first. Forearms out. Use your core. Bring your belly button to spine to slide that right leg back. And then let's change sides. So the inner thigh glides up and open like a figure 4. Knee and hip are in alignment. Press your chest and rib cage up. Take that left hand, thread it underneath your right. Knuckles stay grounded. Maybe you lower down onto your shoulder. Maybe you lower down onto your ear. Knuckles are pushing in. Forearm is pushing in. You're rotating towards your front wall. Unwind your arms first. Stay on those forearms. Belly button in, nice connection. Slide that leg back. Good, bring your arms out wide. Bend your elbows, lift your elbows to the ceiling, and then pop off of your palms onto your fingertips. Relax your glutes, forehead down onto the mat. Good, from here, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Elbows are high. Release. Do that again. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Peel your forehead, your chin, your throat, your chest, your ribs, maybe even your belly button off the ground. Relax through your glutes. Good. You're going to lower down one piece at a time, bending your elbows. Elbows go high. Lower onto your belly, your ribs, your chest, and your forehead. Do that again. Press up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, press into your fingertips, and then lower down. Bring your belly button with you, connect it towards your spine the whole time. One more. Shoulders out of your ears, bum relaxed. Lay all the way down. Come down onto your left ear. Extend your arms out to a T. I'm gonna keep my head a little bit lifted just so I don't mess with my microphone. Bend your right knee. So you're on your left ear, bend your right knee, flex your right foot, and then lift your right thigh off the mat. Rotate that hip open. Maybe your right foot hits the floor. Maybe it just floats. Now press your left hand, your left arm into the mat, and try to peel your chest open even more. Maybe you inhale that right arm up. You can tuck that hand into your back pocket. You can reach for your pant leg, for the top of your foot, and drive your heel towards your glutes, getting a little extra stretch through that quad and through those hip flexors. Good, release your ankle, your pant leg. Lower your right arm down and then lower through your chest, your ribs, your belly, your hip, your thigh. Lengthen your right leg. Change ears. Right ear is down. Bend your left knee, flex your left foot, lift your left thigh off the ground, and then roll that left hip open. Maybe you're just hanging out. Maybe that foot is grounded, opening up that inner thigh, pressing your back hand into the floor. Inhale, left arm to the ceiling. Maybe you slide that hand into your back pocket. Maybe you reach for your pant leg, your heel, your toenail. Bring your heel to your bum. Open up through those quads, through those hip flexors. Release your grip. Lower that left hand down. Lower chest, ribs, hip, thigh, knee. Stack your palms once again. Flex your feet and just windshield wiper those heels side to side. Relax that low back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then slide your hands down so that they line up, so the bottom of your wrists line up to your sports bra line. Curl your toes underneath you, squeeze your elbows together onto your side body, press up to a tabletop. Your big toes are gonna kiss, and then walk your knees out wide, sit back onto those heels. So now you have a wide-legged child's pose, and your body, your chest, your torso can fall in between those legs. Lift your head and then see if you can lower your chin to the mat. So instead of looking down, forehead down, lift up. Inchworm those fingertips a little bit further to the top edge of your mat. Come into a tabletop. Cross your ankles, sit down onto your bum, and then extend your legs out. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Keep a nice flat back. When you keep a nice long spine, you'll feel this stretch through the back of your legs. Good, and then wherever your chest lands, just lower your hands on that leg, on those legs. So it could be your thighs, could be closer to your knees, your shins, maybe it's your toes. Now round your back, let your elbows fall out to the side, bring your chin to your chest. So now that stretch has moved from the back of the legs and now is opening up through the back body. You'll still feel it in your legs. Deep breaths here. If you notice that you're holding or restricting your breath, you're in that posture a little bit too deep. So just walk out of it a little bit so that you can have a nice, even, controlled inhale and exhale. Come up to a seated position, slowly stacking one piece of your spine at a time. Cross your ankles, turn to face the front of the room. Inhale your arms up, gaze towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully that'll open up your hips a little bit, your chest, your shoulders. Focus on a little bit of posture. I hope you loved it.